Hi guys, this is Johnny D from Watchmaker Collective, and we're looking at a new face here. It's called Atrex X-1, part of the Watchmaker Collective 14 pack. So that means about 140 faces made so far. Okay, so let's get into some of the features on this one. We have a couple different things. We have an upper digital display right here. We have a battery meter for watch and phone on this side here. We have live weather, which changes with the actual conditions. A little bit of animation there, kind of moves back and forth. We have the month wheel right here. Right now it's April. We have our goal. That's we'll get into it a little bit here. That kind of shows your progress of the goal on the left side. We've got the date and today's day. Today is Wednesday. Okay, so then you tap the center of the hands. They disappear for just a few seconds, so you can kind of see behind it. It's a nice little feature when you're trying to get some information that's hiding. Like most of my watches, it has a digital lock and an unlock. So you double tap the top. Actually, if you tap it single, it'll just prompt you to double tap it. You double tap it, and now you're in, and now you can do whatever you want. So we're going to go through everything here little by little. Let's start with the 3 o'clock position, and that's going to affect the digital display up here. And right now it's the weather. You can see the weather goes from current temperature, then the high-low for the day on the top row, and then it's mostly cloudy. And then the last little thing, the U22, that's actually the last update time. So if you click the 3 o'clock, I think I clicked it too fast. Now you have your step count, you have the miles walked, and then the calories burned. And these are kind of accurate. They're kind of calculated off the steps burned. On the calculator burn, I add an extra 50, I think. I have to double check it, 50 or 60 calories that you would burn anyway for not doing anything. And I can always check that number. So anyway, so the 3 will just get you there, and then you got a stopwatch. You have an S and an R to start and either start, stop, or R for reset. Pretty self-explanatory. So those are the 4 taps that you get for that. So we got that covered. On the left side here, you have goal. You can see right now it says goal 5K. And then you see like the louvers with the yellow in there. And every time you tap that, now it changes it to 10K, 15K, and 20K. So that just shows you how many steps that you need to hit that target. So in 5K, when you hit the top of that the little window there, that means that you've achieved that goal. Most of my faces these days have the U color at the 8 and 10 position. So typically I'll have or the 7 and 10 rather. So the 7 o'clock, you can see it kind of right there. Actually, it is 8, my bad. So that will fast forward or scroll forward into the U color selection. And this face looks good in a lot of different colors, especially the blues and the yellows. Not so much the pinks and reds, but some of you might like that. You can kind of zip through some of these colors real quick, and of course you can always play with it. I like the yellow on this, but that was my mood at the time. The 10 o'clock will scroll the other direction, so you can kind of go back and forth and pinpoint the color that you want. So we got that. So we'll go back to the yellow for now. Actually, I like it in the green too. I think that looks pretty cool. Let's go to the dim mode. So the 6 o'clock position is where I put most of the dim. Majority of the watches I do. So there's normal. Normal is the standard when you go into, the watch goes into ambient. It'll bring on the glow, and you can see there's a little moon right there. So I put the moon phase in the ambient mode. Just playing around with that. So you got always on light. That means it's always on and kind of a light, blacked out. You can still see everything. It's good for daytime. Like when you're in relatively bright light, you still want to kind of see it, and you want to keep the ambient mode going. There's always on, which is always dim. There's off, no dim, of course. Light dim on sunset. So at sunset, it will be in this mode, and it will stay in that mode until either sunrise comes or you change the mode. Dim after sunset is the same thing. It's not the light mode. It's a dark mode, so it gives you that full dim. You can see that moon really shine there. And then slow glow. Slow glow is always a cool mode. We'll use the time machine, and we'll zip through. You can see it's about 10:30 at night. And as we get towards sunrise, let's say around 6 o'clock in the morning, you're going to see it start to slowly fade back to the dim's going to go away. It's going to slowly fade back into regular mode. You can see all the dim fades out. And then we'll zip forward again to the evening. And I think that's roughly about 7 o'clock right now, so somewhere around 7 it'll start to kick in. And once sunset hits, it takes about a half an hour, or actually about an hour for it to reach full dim mode. So you can see here it's starting to slowly glow in there, and it takes about an hour, and then we'll hit full dim mode and it'll turn full black. There you go. So let's, while we're in dim mode, let's play with that. Let's go to always on, give it the nice rich dark mode there, and we can play with the U colors, and you can kind of see some of the different effects that the colors have. It's like having a different watch at night. It's kind of cool. So we can kind of zip through. Again, I tend to like the blues and the greens, but hey, you can pick whatever you want. That's the beauty of it. You can even just do your own custom one here, and you can pick whatever color suits you just fine. And that's the beauty of Watchmaker. It's quite an app. Weather update. So you can see if I tap the face, you see the little highlight right there in the middle of the clouds moving, and then you click that, and it'll bring the weather update. That of course depends on. Well, actually, it doesn't depend on anything. It just depends on your watch. So your watch you'll see it on your watch, but not on the phone. Okay, let's go to darkness filter. I usually put that at the 9 o'clock position. So you click the 9 o'clock, and you'll go slowly darker and darker, 25, 50, 75%, and then pretty much completely dark like that for theater mode, as they call it. Let's see here. Let's look at some of the U colors in the. Did we do that already? I think we did. So yeah, we did check that out. Okay, good. We got the darkness filter handled. The other thing about this watch is when it goes into ambient mode, the second hand acts as a battery meter. It's a little redundant, but it shows that it's slightly a little close to the 6 o'clock position, so it's less than 50%. You can see the phone. It's actually showing the phone is at 46%, so you can see that that's accurate. This section over here, we have W and P, so the W is the watch level, and the P is the battery for the phone. Right now they're the same because it's just showing the phone only, but that'll fill up or drop down depending on your battery level. And I think we've covered pretty much all of this. Yeah, I think we did. So we're going to go ahead and lock this thing, and we're going to see you later. Okay?